Hello everyone, it is me Mark, and today I want to show you people how to get started in Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, because I know this game is a bit more niche than like Skyrim and Oblivion, so you might be wondering where it is to get started, but you don't want to watch like a 40-minute video. So, let me teach you. Let's click New Game. You can skip this cutscene. Hello, Chief. So while he's talking, I'm just going to give a quick explanation. So, alright, so right now we're going to pick our name. For this, I'm not going to type Mark, I'm just going to type Cookie. Wrong. Cookies. There. So, right now, this is the section where we're going to be creating our character. There's not really any tutorial in this game. Really all it is, they just kind of throw you out into the wilderness and they just kind of tell you to fly. So,
This is where you get off.
yep, this is where we get off. So WASD to move. And while we're walking, I don't know. Excuse me, I'm not really scripting this, so I don't know what I'm going to be saying. You might notice that in this game that a lot of the key bindings are different than most modern PC games. Like for example, interact isn't E or anything, it's spacebar. Alright, this is the section where we're going to be picking our race. Now, all the parts of creating your character here in Morrowind are very important as they're going to be defining your entire game. You won't be able to change it later, so pay very close attention to what I'm going to be telling you. So here are all of our race options. Your appearance doesn't really matter, but what you should be focusing on is the skills and the specials. The skills dictate how good you're going to be in whatever the skill is. Like, if you want to see what that skill is for, hover over it with your mouse. Like for example, this is short blade. Characters with great short blade skill are more effective with short, quick thrusting weapons like daggers, tantos, short swords, and wakizashis. Excuse me if I said that wrong. The specials are the abilities of the character. Like for example, this is the Dunmer, or Dark Elf. If you pick him, you get the Sanctuary for 50 points for 60 seconds on self, and the resist fire 75%. Now, the one you're going to pick is going to mostly depend on your playstyle. Just mostly focus on the skills here. Like for example, let's say you want to be an archer. We'd look for the one with the highest marksman skill. See, this one has a plus 10 bonus. A plus 15. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. If you pick him. So if you want to be an archer, pick the wood elf. Or like, let's say you want to be more of a warrior type, you pick the red guard. Because like, look, he has plus 15 to long blade and plus 5 to all these weapons and other skills. So for this tutorial, let's go something more balanced. Let's play as an Argonian. But yeah, quick side note, for all of you who played games like Oblivion and Skyrim, if you play either the Argonian or the Khajiit, you won't be able to wear closed-faced helmets or boots, so keep that in mind. Boots of blinding speed, you can't wear them as one of these, so let's say we're going to be Argonian.
Great. I'm sure you'll fit right in.
Yep, I'll fit right
to the office and they'll finish your release.
Alright. Now this part in the office is most of the part of creating your character. If you're new, it can be very overwhelming. So again, pay close attention. You're gonna walk up to this guy, and he's gonna tell you that
you'll have to be
all
recorded
this
before
jargon
you're officially released.
that.
There are a few ways we can do this, and the choice is yours.
So when you get this menu, there's gonna be 3 options. Generate a class from answering questions he gives you. It's basically like one of those BuzzFeed personality tests. Give him the info, which picks from the list of pre-generated classes. Here, let's take a look at it together. There's all these classes. If any of these sound interesting to you, you can pick it. But if you're really hell-bent on getting the best, like, stats or whatever, you create your own class. Fill out the forms yourself. Now, let's run through it. This may look a bit confusing for newcomers, but let me explain it. First, you're going to want to choose your specialization. Combat, magic, or stealth. Self-explanatory. If you want to see which skills they govern, like which allow you to get a bonus if you specialize in them, hover over them with your mouse. Let's say, since we're going to be More balanced, we could pick any of these as an Argonian. So, let's go for a mage. Magic. Favorite attributes. You get a bonus to these when you select them. So like, let's say strength and intelligence. We can be both brains and brawn. Major skills. Remember how I told you about the skills when we were selecting our race? It's the same thing here. You get a bonus. Pay attention to the governing attribute part of the skill. Because then that could dictate like what favorite attribute you might pick. Like for example, like let's say we're gonna go a bunch of these magic skills. Their governing attribute is stuff like willpower and intelligence. So we might pick actually willpower and intelligence. Major skills are ones you get a big bonus to. Minor skills are ones you get a lesser bonus to. Name, class description doesn't really matter, so we'll just click OK.
Very good. The letter that preceded, you mentioned you were born under a certain sign.
This is another
And
big
what
part,
would that
the
be?
birth sign. So your character was apparently born under like a weird like constellation. The one you pick here was that constellation. Each of these gives a little special ability or bonus. Like for example, if we pick the lover, our agility goes up by 25 points and we get a lover's kiss power. Seems to be more of like a special ability. Serpent. We could poison anyone 3 points for 30 seconds if we touch them, but our health gets damaged 1 point for 30 seconds. So basically, you're just gonna have to experiment around and see what you like. If you're a beginner, I'd recommend you go with something that gives like a stat bonus or like an ability bonus. Like for example, let's pick the warrior. We get a fortify attack by 10 points.
Interesting. Now, before I stamp these papers, make sure this information
Now
is
we're just gonna have to confirm everything, basically just say, is this what we want? We're just gonna say this is what I want since this is just a test. So, let's go. Now, the stats menu,
Show your papers to the captain when you exit to get your
pick up these papers, and here's a cool beginner tip. Now, you might be against stealing, but we want to make some money, right, to get the start. So, see this limeware platter back here? Pick it up, and immediately go into your inventory, drop it on the floor. Wait for the guard to come to you. He's going to tell you that if you steal again, you'll get arrested. But we're going to ignore him. You can just pick it right up again. Walk through these doors. If you want to make a little more money, pick up everything you see here. Yeah, probably take this knife and this flint just to show you guys how drinking, or eating works in this game. Magic menu, map menu. Alright, here's some more beginner tips. Right after we walk out and show our papers to the guard. You're going to want to ask him about Morrowind, then click on your duties. Oh yeah, that's another thing I forgot to mention. This game is really text-based. Like, whenever there's a blue thing in the conversation, it means you can click on it. Try clicking around in conversations. See what happens. You might get a cool side quest or a cool item. Now that we're out here, it's kind of confusing. It just wishes you good luck and tells you to go. But look, here's another tip. See this guy right here? This elf? His name is Fargoth. If you took his ring from the barrel, that's his. Click on ring. Say, yes, I found it. Here, take it. This lets you get a discount here at the shop. So let's just walk on in right here. This is Ariel's trade house, the place with everything you're going to need for starting. So now, this is the perfect opportunity to talk about combat. Let's see. None of my major skills were attacking. My only skills for attacking were my minor skills, long blade and axe. I'd recommend you only buy weapons which you have a skill in. So like, let's say we have an axe skill, so let's buy an axe. Now let's just walk out here into the wilderness, and I can show you how combat works. Now, we're gonna fight, so to open your inventory, right click, and whichever weapon you want to use, drag it on top of your guy, or your girl, because we're inclusive. So now, let's run up to him. Attacking is the same as in every other game, just left click. And see, if you don't have a big skill and the weapon you're using, you're just gonna miss most of the time. This is the part that leads most people to quit at the start. But if your skill's like around 10 or 15, I'd say you're basically good to go. Now, magic. Probably the most broken part of this game. Since we're beginning, we don't really have many spells, we just have these beginning spells. But to use a spell, I'm just going to teach you how to use them. Press R on your keyboard. This will bring up your hands. And left click. See? Casting spells is the same thing as weapons, kinda. If you have a good skill on them, you'll have a better chance in using them. Like for example, these summoning spells, also known as conjuration. I was able to summon him pretty good, because I had a major skill in it. This is why character creation is such a big part of the game. Try experimenting around with different types. And now we're just going to kill this other mud crab for good measure. Like, see, let me show you what happens when you have not a very good skill in your weapon. Let's use this knife. See? Oh, well, that was unintended. I tried to kill him, but... I thought it would keep missing, but I guess it did. So let's go up to this mud crab then. Come here, boy. I'm gonna shank you. But yeah, see? I have a very low skill in my short blade, so I'm just gonna be missing most of the time. So, but you know what? My ancestor ghost I summoned is coming to the rescue. Thanks. So yeah, huge part of this game is experimenting around and seeing what you can find. So, oh, it's the mage guy. Yeah, there's this guy. Hello there, dead guy. Tariel. He has this cool little enchanted sword, and probably one of the most famous items from this game, the Scroll of Icarian Flight. Let me show you what it does. Just in case you come across this guy, if you want to find him, look at my map. I came from Seydanin, just walk forward to where I am. Here, look, I'll go a bit slower so you can see. Look, Seydanin. And this is where you'll encounter the wizard guy who dies. So, let me show you how busted we can get magic in this game. So, click on it in your magic menu. So, as you can see, when we hover over it, it says Fortify Acrobatics 1000 points for 7 seconds on self. Let's see what this does. So now, if we jump, whee! But it only lasts for 7 seconds, so when I land, I'm going to die. Da 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 da. Oh, I'm in Balmora. Da 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 da, and I'm dead. Well, I guess that just demonstrated how broken magic can be. Well, I guess this is a good spot to end my beginner's guide for Morrowind. Well, hope you enjoyed. If this helped, leave this video a nice like and a comment saying if it helped. If it didn't help, leave me a comment saying I'm an idiot and say what you need more help with. Maybe I'll make a part 2 if this gets popular enough, but for now, see you later.